Around 10 o'clock last night, our patrol units responded to a weapons disturbance near the 500 block of Beaver Bend Drive, Beaver Bend Road. When our officers arrived at the location, they found out there was a family disturbance that occurred, and one of the family members that was inside the residence discharged a firearm, striking a vehicle that belonged to another family member on the outside of the residence. That vehicle fled. Our officers continued to work the investigation. The suspect that discharged his firearm went back inside the home and refused to exit. Our officers surrounded the residence, got on PA systems and tried to do a surrounding call out, is what we call it, and tried to get the occupants to exit the residence. Everybody refused to exit the residence. Nobody would come outside. Through their investigations, they learned that there was approximately 7 people inside, 2 elderly people and several other people in between the ages of 20 and 30 years old. One of them was in their late teens. So our officers continued to work the problem, trying to get everybody outside. During the course of the investigation, they were able to contact the Harris County District Attorney's Office and get charges on our primary suspect, who they were able to identify, and he was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. At that time, our officers went downtown and started working on a warrant. One, the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon arrest warrant for the suspect, and a search warrant for the residence. During that time, while they were getting that warrant, our officers remained on scene, continued to use PA systems, continued to try to call the occupants out of the house, and everybody refused to exit. 2 suspects in their late teens would exit the front door, would taunt our officers, refuse to come out, and they would go back inside. Once the warrant was signed for aggravated assault and the search warrant was signed for the residence, our SWAT unit was deployed. Myself and Lieutenant James Cabrera came out to the scene, and our teams worked the situation here. We let our crisis negotiators try to make contact with the suspect by phone. They were able to talk to him off and on several times, but he was refusing to exit the residence. After just a little bit of time and quite a bit of effort on our officers and our negotiators, they were able to get the elderly couple out of the residence, as well as 2 other people, leaving 4 occupants inside the residence. We continued to work it, talk to them on the phone, use the PA systems, and try to basically exhaust all of our efforts to get them to surrender, and nobody would come outside. We ended up using chemical munitions and deployed chemical munitions into the residence in order to dislodge those occupants and get them to come outside. We were able to get 3 of the occupants walked outside, surrendered peacefully. A 4th occupant came outside and resisted arrest, and he was subsequently struck with a 40mm direct impact munition, which is a less lethal round, by one of our SWAT officers, and a canine unit was deployed and made contact, biting the suspect in the leg. He was taken into custody, treated by EMS, and he has been transported to the hospital. He will also face charges for interfering with public duties. And our primary suspect was also arrested for the arrest warrant for the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And at the time, officers are wrapping up the search warrant right now, and they're still working the scene.
Do we know why why everything just turned this? Did they give you any reason why he's been doing it, or why he kept him? Is it were he treated as a hostage, or?
There was no hostage situation going on here. It was the male and female inside the house that had a family disturbance. They got into an argument, and one of the females decided to call her brother to come pick her up. Her brother came to pick her up, and then the 2 males, her boyfriend and her brother, started arguing, and her boyfriend discharged a firearm and striking her brother's vehicle. That's the situation there. There was never a hostage situation, and no one was being held against their will, at least to our knowledge at this point.
Okay. All right. That's it. That's all I got.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.